From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
I'm Jonathan Ambarian at the state capitol. I'll have the latest on a dispute between the state of Montana and county leaders over property tax rates that's now going to be heard in the court system.
One woman's commute has been turned upside down. We're going to take a look at the Baxter Lane construction in Bozeman and what the future looks like for this stretch of road.
When we look at an extra 1 million people coming in, our calls for service, including search and rescue, continue to climb.
As the main tourist season is winding down in Glacier National Park, we're going to reflect on the numbers of rescues and how that impacted the crews that have to man them. Alrighty, it is 6:30 on this Wednesday edition of Montana This Morning. Jane McDonald and Matt Elwell with you. It's Wednesday,
it is.
Halfway done with the work week, and we've got some pretty nice weather to look forward to.
Overall, yes. We're still below average for the rest of the week, but we're going to add some sunshine as we get closer to Friday. This morning, some damp roadways. We're looking into the mining city early on. Our temperature sitting at 43 in Butte, 47 in Belgrade, 44 in Bozeman. Overall pleasant for today. We'll see a little bit more cloud cover from time to time through the afternoon. A couple of isolated showers are possible. Our temperatures expected to be into the upper 50s and low 60s today under mostly cloudy and breezy conditions for the day today. We do have much warmer temperatures by the weekend. I'm going to talk more in depth about that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Now starting off over on the state side. Now a long brewing disagreement between county and state leaders over property tax rates is going to be debated in the court system. MTN senior political reporter Jonathan Ambarian breaks down the dispute and what could come next.
Some county leaders have been saying the state is misinterpreting a provision in law and collecting too much in property taxes. Now, some counties have said they're going to act on their own to reduce that amount, and the state has asked a judge to step in and decide who's right. Counties from Missoula, Gallatin, and Flathead to Beaverhead and Fergus have all proposed or approved plans to reduce how many property tax mills they charge on behalf of the state school equalization fund.
I mean, it's been the battle cry all through this whole session and all year long is to try to control property taxes. And that's exactly what we're doing.
The state filed in district court seeking to block that move and get a ruling that their interpretation is correct. For every $1,000 of taxable value on a property, one mill charges $1 in taxes. Local governments have a cap on how many mills they can charge so that their revenues rise by less than the inflation rate. That means most jurisdictions lowered mills this year, with property values spiking. But for 20 years, the state has charged a constant 95 mills, with the revenues intended to ensure equity in education across school districts. Counties argued a provision in the law should subject those mills to the same limits as local mills. But the state says it has the authority to charge the full 95 mills because it's banked mills it could have charged in previous years. Beaverhead County commissioners asked the Attorney General to issue a ruling, but he declined, saying the issue was almost certainly going to court, and that was the right place to resolve the question. Beaverhead County Commissioner Mike McGinley said voting to lower the mills themselves was the best move for taxpayers.
In this year, with property taxes going up to extreme as they are with this reappraisals, even if the state had the right to assess these extra mills, this is the year they have the responsibility not to.
This week, the Montana Federation of Public Employees, the union that represents public school teachers, expressed strong opposition to the county's move.
There is no way to decrease the 95 mills and not harm the school that your kids go to down the street from your house.
MFPE President Amanda Curtis said leaders could have done more to adjust the tax formula and lower the burden on residential properties, but that counties shouldn't be pointing the finger at public education.
I would ask anyone who wants to cut the funding to public schools by filling it in from some other piece of the budget, what other portion of public services they would cut.
This issue is likely to come to a head soon, as counties are expecting to mail out property tax bills around the start of November. In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. Now, Montana U.S. Representative Matt Rosendale is one of the 8 Republicans who voted in favor of ousting House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. On his website, Rosendale says McCarthy, who engineered funding to keep the government open, violated his promise to the American people and to his party. Rosendale goes on to say McCarthy is supporting ploys to aid the left. House leaders are saying that there is no clear direction forward to pick a new Republican leader in the House of Representatives. Rosendale says he will continue to push Republicans to vote for big budget cuts, much stronger southern border security, and the promotion of fossil fuels. Montana's other representative, Republican Ryan Zinke, voted to support McCarthy. Now, since May, people in Bozeman have been taking a detour because of the closure on Baxter Lane. As MTN's Jolie Salee tells us, many are wondering when it will open back up and what the heck they are doing out there.
I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna be late to work.
Gigi Conway lives in Flanders Mill. She commutes to Belgrade for work, and she remembers the day Baxter Lane first closed and the traffic that made her late.
I hate being late, so I texted my boss and I'm like, I'm gonna be really late today. So yeah, it kind of sucked.
She figured it's okay because it'll all be over soon, right?
And now it's October and I still can't go that way. So it's so frustrating, especially because school's back in session. So I hit 2 or 3 school zones on the way that I have to take now.
According to the City of Bozeman Street Report website, the project that began on May 11th won't be finished until July of 2024. When it's all over, folks will see a new 5-lane roadway from Oak Street to Baxter Lane with curb and gutter, a multi-use pathway, sidewalk, and a roundabout, which Conway says will be nice for the community, but she's ready to be able to hit her normal route again.
Gosh, I hope they open it up so soon. I would love to I would love to take that road. Yeah.
In Bozeman, Jolie Salee, MTN News.
Thank you very much, Jolie. Now, as the main tourist season ends in Glacier National Park, the Rangers are reflecting on what this summer meant for their operations. Now, so far this year, officials have performed more than 80 rescues, as more people are visiting the park each year. Park officials and outside agencies that assist in rescues are feeling that strain. MTN's Kiana Wilson hears directly from those agencies about how a growing demand is impacting them.
You think about Glacier, it's 1 million acres, it's so diverse. From high alpine peaks to raging swift water of wild and scenic rivers to true wilderness of being out in the middle of nowhere with very limited communications.
But that beauty and diversity comes with a price. Park rangers say as more people flock to the crown of the continent, they're also seeing more people who are unprepared for the severity of the climate.
It can snow here 12 months a year. And sometimes we get complacent as humans thinking, oh, we're fine. I just need my Camelback and that's all I need. But traveling to the mountains in Montana, you need to be ready for everything. And you need to be prepared if something were to go wrong to spend the night.
Rescues can be anything from a 3-day search for a missing hiker to rangers responding to the Highline Trail for a twisted ankle or heat exhaustion.
One of the great things about rescues in Glacier is the variety. Is that as a ranger, that's one of the things that's amazing that we have the opportunity to do to impact human lives, but in a variety of settings. And so it can be truly everything from technical rope rescue to helicopter rescue to high alpine environments to swift water to flat water to large scale search incidents.
Park rangers work with search and rescue, local fire departments, the sheriff's department, and Two Bear Air to aid in park rescues. Two Bear Air is a critical asset in handling extreme terrain rescues. It's also up to visitors to be prepared for what they will encounter in the park.
Our pilots are second to none. We have rear air crew. Some of those are deputies with this office, and they're all trained to the best level that they can to perform in these often rough terrain scenarios. I think education in the community is important, and one of those aspects is to be prepared for a lot of the different terrain things. We have a lot of people that come here that maybe have an idea of what Montana is, but the terrain is definitely challenging in a lot of aspects.
With the shoulder season approaching, it is even more critical to be prepared for variable weather conditions.
We often see people just unprepared when the weathers change. Because I think a lot of people, we get away with it until the weather changes and Mother Nature reminds us who's actually in charge.
Always remember to plan ahead, pack accordingly, and follow the Recreate Responsibly guidelines while adventuring in the park. In Glacier National Park, Kiana Wilson, MTN News.
Thank you very much, Kiana. Now, before we head to break, we wanted to share a fundraiser going on right now to raise money for a grant funding process for the Mason Moore Foundation. Tickets are being sold, with the grand prize being a sacred buffalo hunt set for January of 2024. Other prizes include a quarter beef, a cooler, a gift basket, and cards. On May 16th, 2017, Broadwater County Deputy Sheriff Mason Moore was killed in the line of duty. The Mason Moore Foundation was created to show support of law enforcement agencies in Montana. The foundation will promote and develop communication and understanding between the community and law enforcement, and educate the public and state and local leaders about ways in which they can support law enforcement. If you're interested, you can purchase tickets at Book Therapy and More LLC in Three Forks. Additionally, the foundation has people selling tickets in Belgrade, Bozeman, Townsend, Billings, and Butte. You can message the Mason Moore Foundation on Facebook, and they will put you in contact with the right people. Now, we're going to take a short break here on Montana This Morning, but when we come back, there's a new online sale in town. So, is Black Friday really necessary for shoppers to get the best deal?
I'm John Matarese. Amazon's big October sale event is shaking up the fall retail scene. Do you really need to wait for Black Friday anymore to get the best deals? That story coming up.